Hey everybody, welcome back to I Am Math. Today we're going to be talking about order of operations part 1. I hope everybody's doing good and ready to learn this weekend. When we're dealing with algebra and algebraic expressions, there's specific orders that need to be followed or steps that need to be taken in order to solve the problem properly. The first thing to do when dealing with an algebraic expression is to evaluate the parentheses or brackets or some grouping symbol. The second step or order of precedence is to evaluate powers such as x squared or 3 cubed, etc. The third order of precedence is when you're encountering multiplication or division, and this is typically done from left to right. And finally, the last order of operation is addition or subtraction, again taken from left to right. Let us look at some examples. 1 plus 2 times 5 plus 2. Looking at the above 4 steps or 4 orders of operation, we notice there's no grouping pattern, so we can exclude 1. There's no power, so we can exclude 2. Then we see that there's addition and multiplication, so we only need to worry about steps 3 and 4. And step 3, which is multiplication and division, must be done before addition. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply 2 times 5. So step 1 will be 1 plus 10 plus 2. Then step 2, we just have addition. So we go and use step 4, which says do addition or subtraction from left to right. So working from left to right, we have 1 plus 10 plus 2, which is just 13. So our answer is 13. Let us look at another example. Suppose we had 18 divided by 9 multiplied by 10 minus 3 cubed. Now we notice there's no grouping patterns or parentheses, so we can exclude step 1. Moving on to step 2, or order of operation number 2, we see that we have a power. So that's 3 cubed. So that is the very first thing we're going to do. So step 1, we're going to deal with the cubed. So we have 18 divided by 9 times 10 minus 3 cubed is 27. Now step 2, we have division and multiplication, and that is done from left to right. So we're going to do step 2. We're going to do 18 divided by 9 first, which is 2, multiplied by 10 minus 27. Now step 3, we notice we just have a multiplication and subtraction, but multiplication has a higher precedence, so we do 2 times 10 first, which is 20. Minus 27. And the last step, step 3, will be subtraction, working from left to right. 20 minus 27 is minus 7. Please notice for each example, I'm just writing the steps above so that we keep that fresh in our mind. Suppose we look at the next example. 2 times 5 plus 3 times in parentheses 1 plus 8. We notice we have multiplication, addition, and parentheses, but according to our order of operations, the highest priority is number 1, which is the grouping symbol of parentheses. So we have to do that first. So step 1 will be 2 times 5 plus 3. We do the parentheses. 1 plus 8 is 9. Then we have multiplication, 2 times 5 plus 3 times 9. So step 2, working from left to right, multiplication has a higher precedence than addition, so we're going to do 2 times 5, which is 10, plus 3 times 9, which is 27. And finally, step 3 is addition, which is the fourth order of operation, and working from left to right, we have 10 plus 27 is 37. For example, let's look at example 4. We have 3 times in bracket 6 plus 10 divided by 2 squared, close bracket. Since brackets have the highest precedence, we're going to do this first. So step 1, we have 3 multiplied by 6 plus 10 divided by 2 squared. So we're going to work on this, which equals 3 times 6 plus. Now within the bracket, we have parentheses, so we have to deal with that first. So 10 divided by 2 is 5 squared. Now we have 3 multiplied by 6 plus 5 squared. Since brackets have highest order of precedence, we still need to consider the brackets and what's inside. However, we notice that we have 6 plus 5 squared, and inside the bracket, the power will have a higher precedence. So step 2 will be 3 times 6 plus, we do 5 squared next, 25. We still have brackets, so we still need to focus on this. So we have step 3, we have 3 multiplied by 6 plus 25 is 31. Finally, we're just left with a multiplication problem, so the final step, step 4, will be just 3 times 31, which is 93. Let us look at the final example, example 5. Suppose I had 4 times 3 in parentheses, all squared, multiplied by 5, divided by 9 plus 3. We can rewrite this as 4 times 3 squared, multiplied by 5, all over 9 plus 3 in parentheses. Remember, parentheses have the higher order of precedence, so for step 1, we're going to do the parentheses first. So 4 times 3 is 12 squared times 5. And we can deal with the parentheses on the bottom too. 9 plus 3 is 12. Next, there's a couple ways of doing this. We can carry out the powers. So we can say step 2, 12 squared is 144 times 5 divided by 12. Now, there's two options. We can carry out the division, 144 divided by 12, and then multiplying by 5, or we can multiply 144 times 5 and divide that by 12. The easiest thing to note is that 144 divided by 12 is just 12. So we have 144 divided by 12 is 12 multiplied by 5. Using the last step, or order of precedence 3, we have a multiplication problem. 12 times 5 is 60. Another way of looking at the problem is if we had 12 squared times 5 divided by 12, we note that we can rewrite this as 12 squared divided by 12 times 5. 12 squared divided by 12 is just 12. And then we can subtract exponents, 2 minus 1 multiplied by 5, or 12, 2 minus 1 is 1 times 5, which is 12 times 5, which is 60. Remember, to the b over x to the a, that's just xb minus a. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you again. Please click like, subscribe, comment below. Have a great day. Bye-bye.